What is considered cute when done by a kid, but illegal when done by an adult? A baby can drink a bottle and fall asleep, and it's cute. When I drink a bottle and go to sleep, I got problems. When I was 5 or so, I went to a baseball game with my dad, and he would not let me get popcorn. I really wanted popcorn. I walked away and sat on a random man's lap plus started eating his popcorn. I closed my eyes and pretended like I thought it was my father. I like, "Oh dad, you got popcorn, tank so." Because my child mind thought my dad would believe I thought it was him and would not get mad. I don't think that would be very cute as a 21-year-old. Taking shortcuts through PPLS yards. Those were the days. As Ray Romano said, when your kid discovers he can get an erection for the first time and runs out of the bathtub going pee pee big. Pee pee big. It is cute and all. When grandpa does it, it is sad and disturbing. But grandpa has more reason to be happy. My friend, when he was just crawling apparently, was at a beach with his mum. She looked away for a second and he had crawled over to a nearby topless sunbather sleeping on her back and tried to suckle on her. Obviously she screamed and it did not get far. But after much embarrassment they did all laugh it off. As an adult? Fatter as probably prison time. Even as a literal baby it could have been much worse depending on the woman's response. Saying they want to marry their mum or dad. Yikes. My mom always loved to tell how, when I was first being potty trained, when I had to go number 2, I would pull my pants down in the living room before trotting to use the toilet. Pants around ankles. Something tells me it wouldn't go over as well now. My 3-year-old ran up to a large man with a shirt too small for his body at a BBQ joint in Chicago and gave him a big hug. Though it was cute, and he walked away. When I asked her why she hugged him, she told me so I could lick him. She licked the man's underbelly. When they ask a question and follow it by saying don't say no, or when they wait outside your bathroom door asking details of what you're doing in there, like, do you have a penis or 2 butts? Question mark? Question mark? Playing doctor. Grabbing all boobs cause you think they mean food. Calling 911 to get a Happy Meal. When a kid draws on the wall, sometimes people will think it's cute and creative. When an adult draws on the wall, it's called vandalism. I remember when I first moved to my new house, one of my neighbors, who had autism, somehow broke into my house and started looking around. The next day he apologized and said to me he looked cute doing it as a kid, but now he is 17, it's just scary. Apostrophe. Edit, I forgot to say that his dad was the one who apologized. Oops. Running around in public naked. Sit on partners' laps. Demand to be picked up. Whipping down your pants and having a pee anywhere you like. Being attracted to other kids. Sucking on your mama's boobies. My 2-year-old daughter smacked a random lady's booty at the grocery store because she sees me do that to her mom at home. It was funny, but if she was 16 years older, that might be sexual assault. My 2-year-old stroked a flight attendant's behind with both hands as she was shifting something in the overhead bin next to our seat. Her skirt was very tight fitting, right in front of his face, and I guess he just thought it looked nice to touch. She whipped her head around at light speed with a glare to send the offender up in flames. When she saw it was just a toddler and I apologized, she looked relieved and laughed. The way she reacted, though, made me think she probably has that happen way too often by grown gross dudes. Open bracket. My toddler, too, once ran around our house naked, sat in my lap, took a shit and left. Does that count? Was cute until she shit. Then it was funny after I calmed down. Not sure if this really answers the question, but I work in an elementary school, and one day a group of 7-year-old girls ran up to me at recess asking if they could go bye-bye. I said sure, and they jumped onto the ground and pretended to sleep. A few minutes later they ran up to me asking if they could come, and I just stood there processing for a minute. I didn't need 7-year-old girls running around saying Mr. said we can come. So I sent them to their primary teacher. I guess it wouldn't be illegal for an adult to ask to come, but I sure as hell would be creeped out. Opening lemonade stands on the side of the road. Dressing up as a cop. Falling in love with kids. When a kid walks up to a random person and pukes on them, nothing bad happens, but when I puke on random people it's illegal and concerning like WTF. Sticking your head under ladies' dresses. Frolicking naked. Somewhere in Arizona there is a photo album full of pics of me as a bare-assed toddler. The way it gets brought up whenever I introduce a potential boy/girlfriend to the parents is talking about how I refused to wear clothing for a year and they eventually just gave up trying to keep clothes on me. Dating 12-year-olds. Peeing outside. And X200B. When my son went through potty training, we'd let him pee in the backyard or outside somewhere. If he didn't think he could make it to a bathroom, he'd get all excited, turn around, pull his pants down, and his little baby butt would just be facing everybody while he peed. It was great lol. And X200B. I believe they still put people on sex offender lists for peeing in public as adults. Not paying taxes. Kissing other kids on the cheek when they didn't technically consent. Oh, to me like San. How cute. V's. Bro, who TF are you? When I was 5, my mom told me my dad locked his bicycle by the police station and I guess it was stolen because he couldn't find it later. I called 911 to ask where his bike went and quickly learned that wasn't what 911 was for. Being completely honest with people. Edit. Wow, my comment went big and thank you for the silver kind stranger, it's my first time. Shooting yourself and then crying in the middle of a supermarket while sitting in a trolley. Seems like a bunch of people have already mentioned public nudity, so I'll go with murder. When my brother was 5 and we had one of our voluptuous neighbors over, he went over to her and palmed both of her breasts and said, Ariel, I've got big ones no igbo in Portuguese. Grabbing a stranger's butt and giggling.